What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, we're coming back to Nirvana. Yes, indeed. Nirvana Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. This comes as a request from Codigo Z, Mel, Eli83, and Italo Fonseca Frias. Yes, there we go. They all want to see me react to this song by Nirvana called Scentless Apprentice. And I gotta give a special mention to this song. This song was sitting at the queue, and it was sitting at number 758. But it was one of the random 3 songs I selected for the Patreon vote to prioritize, and it won the vote. I don't even remember what it was up against. I don't remember the other 2 songs. But it won the vote, so it goes from number 758 all the way up to number 1. So thank you, Patreon members, for voting this song up and giving everybody else the chance on the YouTube channel to enjoy it a little bit sooner, like about a whole year sooner. Dear Lord. So yeah, it jumped up a year in the schedule, which is nice. It's really nice. Okay, now as this song goes, have I heard it before? Scentless Apprentice. I don't think so. I don't think I've heard this before. It does not resonate with me. It does not ring a bell. However, there's always a chance I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Incesticide23, and the video has 1.8 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Nirvana, Scentless Apprentice, lyrics. Sometimes the lyrics are in the video, sometimes they're not. We'll see about that. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
The drumming sounds fine. I like the drumming. I like what the drummer's doing. I like what Dave Grohl's doing right there, with the accents on the upbeats on the snare right there. Doon doon da doo da doo doon doon da doo doon doon da doo da doo doon da doo. It sounds really good. I like the drum pattern he's doing. Chris is doing a great job on the bass, keeping the riff going steady. I mean, you could set time to that. I mean, it's really, really well done. The guitar playing it's a little dissonant in parts, but I like where it goes. I like how it's being used to slide up before going into the chunky chords of the riff, those F sharps, you know. It sounds really good. I dig in that part. Vocally, yeah. Kurt Cobain's always been very hit and miss with me. There are some things that he sings that I really like. And there are other things he sings where it's just, I'm not a fan. I get why he's doing it. I understand why he's doing it. I see the purpose behind it, but that doesn't mean I have to like it, and I definitely don't. Let's keep going and let's see where this goes. It's the same. Okay, so couple of little differences. That time in the chorus, I don't know if it happened in the first chorus. I probably missed it. He probably did it in the first chorus too. But this time in the second chorus, I heard Dave Grohl switch it up. I heard him go to more of a straight 2, 3, and 4 on the snare hits, which was nice. It was a nice way to switch it up. You know, re-engage the crowd, give them something a little different to listen to without changing the feel or the tempo of the song. Just switching up the accents a little bit, which is perfectly fine. No issue there whatsoever. Chris he's still playing the same riff. It's his riff is steady, but when it kicked in right before the chorus, I heard a distortion patch added to the bass. And that was nice. It was nice, and I'll tell you why it was nice. It wasn't overly overdriven. I know that sounds a little contradictory, but there wasn't too much distortion. It wasn't overly overdriven. It wasn't so much distortion on it that it made the bass sound muddy or gross, or it didn't take away from the attack. It didn't take away from the note that you could hear. It just added a little bit of a growl to it, which was exactly what you want to do with bass. I hate it when bass players, they kick on distortion and they think they're guitar players, and they have this thick, super crunchy guitar sounding distortion on their bass. It sounds like mud. You cannot take a guitar distortion that is meant for guitar, that get a thick, crunchy sound, and put on a bass and go, that'll sound just fine. No, it won't, because you do not EQ bass like you EQ guitar, because they are two different octave ranges. So I'm glad the distortion he used was light. It was just gave it a little bit of a bite, give it a little bit of an edge to make it stand out for that, like those 2 measures that he did it for. And he only did it for like a measure or 2, and then it was gone. And he went right back into the riff again. Like I said, you can set a clock to his riff right now. It's steady. Guitar playing is not the issue in this. I have no issue with Kurt Cobain's guitar playing. The guitar playing all makes sense. Even the dissonant parts, it all makes sense. It leads up to that slide up, which I hate to say this. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm kind of digging it. I'm kind of digging that slide up. I like the chunky F sharp riff. I'm digging dun 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 dun. I like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm enjoying that. But I think I might like that dissonant, you know, that slide up sounds really good. It makes you go, ah! It's really well done though. Yeah, everything else about this song sounds really good. Vocally, in the verses, the vocals are fine. It's the choruses that are killing me. I don't know. Let's finish the song and we'll get to the review and we'll talk about it. I like that riff.
A line of fire burn like mushrooms. When I dance to man of perfume.
Vocals here are fine.
You can't find it 'cause I quit. Forever fire or forfeit.
Yeah, the ending wasn't bad. I was like, oh, please don't get into that cacophonous sound like a lot of other bands do. No, they didn't. They added a couple little things, but it wasn't anything bad. It wasn't anything, you know, it wasn't garbage. It was just little effect. I can handle that. That's fine. Let's head over to the review. We'll talk about it, and I'll share my thoughts with you on this. Well, there you go, folks. That was Nirvana with Scentless Apprentice. This was a request from Codigo Z, Mel, Eli83, and Italo Fonseca Farias. And like I said before, the Patreon vote bumped this from number 758 all the way up to number 1. So if you were waiting for this, you would have been waiting another year. So make sure you guys thank the Patreons. And if you guys want to get on that vote, you guys know what to do. If you guys want to be a part of that voting process, feel free to join the Patreon if you want to. It's totally up to you. But if you guys want a hand in that, feel free to do so. Okay, scoring this on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that a 7.3. Yep, 7.3. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
First of all, before we go any further, because I know there might be some Nirvana fans right there scratching their heads going, what?
You what?
That's a horrible score. No, a horrible score would be like in the 1s or the 2s, okay? This is getting a 7.3. Now, maybe you're new to the channel. Maybe you don't know what that means. That's okay. Check out down below. There you will find in the video description. You gotta scroll down to the video description, click on the button that says see more or read more or whatever it says. Click on that button so you can expand it out. You will find my scoring chart there, okay? Look at 7.0 to 7.9. Look at that grading scale, right? 7.0 to 7.9. What does that say? It says really good. This is a really good song. It was a really good song. A lot of good stuff happening. Starting off with the bass playing, Chris' bass playing was rock solid in this. That's the only way I can describe it. He had that riff going the entire time. It was really nice. Every once in a while, coming out of the pre-chorus, leading into the chorus, he would kick on that distortion. Now, I was wrong about the timing. My counting was off. It's actually 4 measures. It wasn't 2, it was 4. So it was 4 measures where he would kick on that distortion. And like I said, he picked a great distortion patch to use, not a guitar mixed and a guitar ready distortion patch. It wasn't too thick, it wasn't too heavy, it wasn't too crunchy. It was bright, it had bite, but it wasn't muddy and gross sounding and sludgy. It had the brightness to it that gave it the impact for the attack, which you want. No, it was a really nice use of distortion, so very good job on his part. The drumming on this, I loved that drum pattern that Dave Grohl came up with in the verse, with that upbeat on the 4. Boom, boom, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. 1, 2, ba-dum, ba-dum. It felt really good. It felt really good. And then when we went into chorus, you heard more of an attack on the 2 and the 3 and the 4. So 2, 3, 4. More of a straight ahead drumming style, which was perfectly fine. But way to switch up those styles without, and here's the tricky part. He did that without switching up the feel of the song. He just switched up a couple of accents, and that's all that had to happen. The feel didn't change, the tempo didn't change, just the accents changed, and that was really well done. The guitar playing on this, I think, was actually the highlight for me, and that doesn't happen too often with me with Nirvana. I'm usually not the biggest fan of the guitar playing. I mean, I've never heard, I'm not going to go as far as to say that I've disliked the guitar playing on every Nirvana song. I won't say that by any stretch. But I'm just saying it's unusual for me when it comes to Nirvana songs to be hooked by the guitar. That was the case here. That dissonant with that slide up, that ridiculous slide up, that's the hook for me. That's the part I'm going to remember out of this entire song. That's the thing I'm going to remember the most. I also did like the chunky riff that he had going, that F-sharp riff. Sounded really good. Fit in really well with what Dave Grohl was doing and what Chris was doing. It just sounded fantastic. Vocally, the verse was fine. I liked the verse. The chorus is where I had a little bit of an issue. Now, like I said, I understand why he was doing it. I understand the reasoning for it. I get it. For stylistically, for it to fit the song, I understand. I'm just not a fan of it. I'm just not. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of that. But I do see the reasoning. I do see the purpose. It's just I'll never be a fan of that style. I just won't. I don't. At least, well, I can't say never because you never know. But I mean, things happen. But as it stands right now, no, I'm not a fan of it. So, but that's pretty much the only thing I can think of that I wasn't a fan of. Everything else in the song I thought was really good. So that's why it's getting the 7.3, a really good score. And like I said before, if you're not sure about that, take a look down below on my scoring chart. Read the scoring chart and see that 7.0 to 7.9 is really good, and a 7.3 is in there. And if you cannot wrap your head around that, I can't help you. I'm sorry. 7.3, final score. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hopefully you'll enjoy the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base, and become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good, and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell, and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.